Is expected to visit Phillipi East on the Cape Flats today. The visit comes after a total of 18 people were shot and killed at the nearby Marikana informal settlement last week. Over 50 police officers will continue to monitor the area over the next few months. Our reporter Nomawethu Solwandle joins us now from Phillipi. Nomawethu, good afternoon to you. Has the minister arrived and what are we expecting from his visit?
Well, a very good afternoon to you, Natasha. Well, we've just been informed that Police Minister Mr. Fikile Mbalula has just arrived here in Phillipi about 20 minutes ago. He has gone into a briefing at the local police station. He'll then make his way to where we are at a school just across the road where he will engage with residents here. Now, like you said, Natasha, this comes after more than 10 people were shot or gunned down in the area last week. Now, this is not foreign in this area of Phillipi and Nyanga. In fact, Nyanga has actually been dubbed the murder capital of the country. And people living here, Natasha, now say that they continue to live in fear despite the fact that after last week's incident, more than 50 police officers have come to actually help the other police officers here in the Phillipi area. But to tell us more about what is happening on the ground, we are now joined by community leader Mr. Joseph Makeleni. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. Now, earlier I spoke about there's been an additional number of police officers that have been brought into the area. As community leaders and residents, what do you think of that?
I think it's not good enough for the protection of the community. We are still pleading to the minister when we are going to tell him that our intention or our request, we're looking for the soldiers to search the guns that are, there's a lot of guns here in this ward, so we're looking for that kind of help before any plans or implementation of CPF or neighborhood watch in this ward. Therefore we cannot implement that project until those guns are gone.
Now, I also understand, sir, that there's been a breakdown in relations between the police and community members in this area. In fact, people actually took it upon themselves to actually walk the streets at night to ensure that people were safe. What led to this?
Ever since we arrived in this ward as Marikana residents community, we always hearing like the rumors that the police here don't have good relationship with the people of this ward, and they also approached us. We can prove it to some of our members of the community in Marikana informal settlements that whenever they come to open the case here, they will be told that people of Marikana are not listening and people of Marikana are terrible. They would also say when the van is being like asked here that they don't enter to Marikana. Because
I want you to tell us more about that. Earlier you said that police themselves are actually scared of going into this area.
Yes, according to their words of mouth, they are scared to go to the areas, but when they go to raid the shebeens, they are not scared. That's strange enough, but when somebody is opening the case, they are scared to go to Marikana. But when there's booze, shebeens around, they are not scared to go and search. And they are always dealing with criminals. That's the rumor that is always spreading around here in this ward.
Now, Mr. Makeleni, very briefly before we wrap it up, after several hours, the Minister of Police, Mr. Fikile Mbalula, has finally arrived here in this area. Just tell us what you will be telling him this afternoon in terms of how you can take the situation forward and ensure that people are protected in this area.
My first question, what is he here for? What is it that he came for here? Because the incident did not happen here. The incident happened in Marikana informal settlement. And to me, it seems to be there will be no movements that will take the minister to that informal settlement. And I don't know why is that. I do not know. But But honestly, what we would like to hear, for him to promise this community about the safety. And we are still saying that we need soldiers to search these guns in this ward so that all the programs can be implemented in this ward.
Well, thank you very much for your time. That was community leader Mr. Joseph Makeleni telling us more about what the situation is like on the ground in the area of Marikana, and of course posing questions to the minister. What is he doing in this area specifically, because the incident did not take place here. Now, like I said, Natasha, a little bit earlier, that the minister is said to have arrived here in Phillipi and is currently being briefed at the local police station. We'll have to watch and see how this story unfolds. Back to you in the studio, Natasha.
Thank you, Nomawethu Solwandle, live from Phillipi East in Cape Town.